Get out of the way, Adina Menzel. Cynthia Erivo says she's the bestest Elphaba ever. And guess what? That's just the beginning of a number of major mistakes made in marketing and advertising Wicked, coming to theaters very soon. But folks, we're here to tell you it probably isn't going to matter. And today, we've got the data to back it up. We'll show you what's going to be the hottest 2 movies of the holidays this year. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the expertise you need for understanding entertainment. Keeping you ahead of the culture curve? Yes, indeedly doodly, we do that every single day. Folks, all we ask as we get underway is that you click that like button. Today, our job is to show you definitively what will be the biggest holiday movies of this year and explain why. And now, folks, without further ado, let's get started. The most egregious Wicked marketing stunts, that is by Fran Hopfner of Vulture. And this article, folks, goes through all the big mistakes that have been made. We'll read a little bit of it. We'll do a summary. We recommend that you click on this and go read it, though, for yourself, and the link is in the video description down below. Did you know that there's an adaptation of Wicked coming out this month? Did you know it stars Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande as Elphaba and Glinda? Did you know these characters are often represented by the colors green and pink? Did you know there's going to be a whole blank second part coming out next year? Next year, Vulture. Come on, let's work on the grammaticals here. Yes, Wicked's coming out, and it's been everywhere with a Barbie-sized amount of marketing. And there have been plenty of mistakes. That's what Vulture is highlighting here. For example, some of the marketing has just been over the top, like with the Kardashian family early screening, which is, well, visibly ridiculous. And you can see it there with the green and the pink, and there's no telling how much money that they were paid in order to do that. There's been the 2024 Met Gala with Cynthia Erivo, and that's not even to consider that Cynthia Erivo, which we'll get to in a moment, has been pure and total toxicity for trying to attract fans to the movie. It might not damage her with Wicked, and it might not make her movie less successful, but it surely could prevent her from getting new roles after this, as studios say, heck no, she is anathema to having any chance of success. Then we've got the Olympics appearance in which Ariana Grande decided to show up in pink here, and the people at Vulture don't like it. For example, they say this one felt like an inevitability. NBC has the Olympics, Universal has Wicked, NBC Universal has the cast of Wicked at the Olympics, complete with their signature green and pink colors. And it goes on to say, well, why didn't you just do trailers and commercials and all of that? There were product tie-ins. There were Starbucks drinks. Monopoly, a Wicked edition. Even Lexus is in on it. They're trying hard, folks, and a lot of these failed in the viewpoint of Vulture. Why do we talk about Vulture? Well, because Vulture is aiming for the audience that Wicked has. This out of IndieWire, Cynthia Erivo amends comments about fan-edited Wicked poster. I just wanted to protect the character. It's another big faux pas by Wicked. And if you're watching this video and you're like, I don't understand, Pro, I don't get what these errors are. Well, don't worry, because you're probably not in the demographic that cares about Wicked, probably, and they care about these kinds of mistakes, right? They care about fashion mistakes, and they care about claiming that you're better than Adina Menzel and all of that. The average person, though, they actually get this stupidity of Cynthia Erivo being angry over the adjustment, the slight photoshopping of a movie poster to make it look like the Broadway poster. She lost her mind. And folks, go read this. It's by Samantha Bergeson out of IndieWire. She lost her mind over a simple edit, and it turned into a big story because she acted as if, the whole world was conspiring against her. As we said on the Pro Show, and we'll have more conversation from that between me and Culture Casino, this woman's 37 years old. She's 37 years old, and she has been acting like that she is a teenage diva. That's how she's been portraying herself. And again, not going to damage the movie, and I'll show you why in just a moment. But it does damage her chances of getting many big roles after this, unless there's great success, because success wipes everything away. And there is a chance that that's going to happen. Let me show you. This, folks, is the Google Trends, and I'll slide myself to the side so you can see this better. Take a look at this. On the blue chart, we have Wicked. Red is Moana 2. Yellow is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And green is Mufasa the Lion King. It's time to pick out our winners and losers as we project them for the holiday movies coming up this year. Now, these lines represent the number of Google searches that are happening for the films. And guess what? We're not just searching in the last day or the last week, but over the last month. Why do we do that? Why is that important? Because oftentimes these are correlated with people searching for the movie to purchase a ticket. Now, it can be that they're searching for news or trailers, whatever. That's great too. But when we're within 2 months, people are often trying to pre-order their tickets. So we don't want to go too far out because then we get these wonky looking charts that factor that in at the end. And so you have this huge bump at the end that looks a little weird. We also don't want to, though, measure just the last week because Wicked and Moana 2 are much closer than Sonic 3 and Mufasa. 30 days is great, explaining the whole background of why we're doing this. What we see here, folks, is some good and some bad. First of all, we can see that Wicked in blue, sorry, we wish we could have color-coded it green, but such is the way things work with Google. Blue, that's Wicked, is easily outpacing Moana 2, which is in red. These are both really big girl franchises. However, and in despite of Cynthia Erivo's comments, Wicked is in the lead. The difficulty here, though, is that Moana comes out a week after Wicked. And that means, well, there's a pro and a con to that as well. Let me explain. Moana 2 coming out a week after Wicked means that Wicked doesn't have to compete with the other big girl franchise in its first week, whereas Moana 2 will compete the entire runway, the entire time that it's on the theaters with Wicked. So Moana doesn't get a break. At the same time, Moana gets the chance to come in and deflate Wicked. So there are two ways to look at that, right? However, let us say that despite the fact that the blue and red charts, blue again is Wicked, red is Moana 2, despite the fact that they are blowing away Sonic the Hedgehog 3, remember that they will be fighting for essentially the same demographic. So that's not good from a timing standpoint for either one of these movies. Still, I think the evidence shows that both of these films are going to do quite well given the searches. Because, by the way, we believe that Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is going to do just fine. And so if just fine is down there where we're seeing it, at about the 20% mark compared to the highest points for Wicked, Wicked could have a very wicked box office, even though Cynthia Erivo has done everything to make it not so. I am now predicting that both Wicked and Moana 2 are going to have fantastic holiday outings. I think Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is going to do fine. But clearly the loser here, more so than Cynthia, is Mufasa. Mufasa right now is on track for a terrible outing. Now, there is a caveat to that. I want to be very careful so that we don't get egg in our face. Mufasa could perform exceedingly well internationally, but it will not perform well domestically. And that's what we're seeing because there is no interest in Mufasa domestically. It's just not there. Moana 2, Wicked, big winners. Sonic 3, gonna be a winner, not quite on the same level. And Mufasa trailing badly behind. Now, why though? Why is it that Cynthia Erivo and all of NBC Universal's efforts to drive this movie into the stratosphere with marketing, both of those, they haven't worked. So how is this still working then, right? Well, it's simple, folks. It's because Wicked is a very, very popular Broadway musical. Fans have been waiting forever to see popular and defying gravity sung, summed on the big screen, and they're going to go out there and support it in droves. But that's not all. It's also the case that Wicked seems to be picking up the Barbie audience. And if you watched the numbers for Barbie, and if you saw how Inside Out 2 did, if Wicked can tap into that, it really doesn't matter what a Cynthia Erivo says, because we have a major gender gap difference when it comes to ideologies, politics, and worldviews. Whereas an actor who says something really, really dumb can super damage a Marvel or Star Wars or DC film and its marketing and actually impact the box office negatively, women do not respond in general. If you were to take the aggregate of all proclivities and put them together, women don't have the same response for their franchises that traditionally masculine franchises have. And that's why Wicked is going to do just fine in spite of everything that's been happening around it and surrounding it. It'll be just fine. All right, folks, that's the video for this end of Friday celebration of the weekend forthcoming. Folks, we hope you enjoyed it and hope you can recognize along with us that we're not out here to be negative. Moana 2 is going to do just fine, and we're calling that for you now. We've got the data sufficient that we can say Moana 2 will do just fine, unless, and here's the one caveat we'll give there, unless there's stuff in it that's divisive, that's woke, because we've seen what happens there, Lightyear Strange World. We don't anticipate that will be there, but were it to be, change everything. Wicked would not work that way, but Moana 2 would, because Moana 2 has kids. It's a kid movie. And that, well, the way that parents make decisions for their kids, vastly different than the way that young women decide movies. And you know that. Folks, as we get ready to head out, click the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts on this video. And folks, we'd love to hear, are any of these videos on your purview? Are you going to go see any of them? Let us know down below. Folks, remember, we've switched to 4 videos a day, 8:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., 3:30 p.m., and 8:30 p.m. each and every day, Eastern Time. We'd love for you to spend time with us. It's an honor every time you do so. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Well, you see, I wanted to get some inside scoops on Disney and their different corporations, if you know what I mean. So I figured by looking into this fistbowl and sucking it randomly with my own energy that I pay for, you paid for, I could do the whole experience where you can be a master and spy on your targets.
You're an idiot. If you want to get the inside scoop on Disney, or even other media organizations, you should check out thatparkplace.com and subscribe to WDW Pro's YouTube channel. That'd be way easier, more accurate, and, less dumb.
Are you saying I won't get accurate information this way?
No, you can't.
Who'd have think?